Intro. Welcome to Everything in One, where manga turns into storytelling, where every episode takes you inside the panel and beyond the action. In today's narration, we explore Chapter 8 of Windbreaker, a chapter that isn't about fists flying, but about what those fists leave behind. Titled Respect Earned Not Given, this is where Haruka Sakura starts to leave his mark in ways that go far deeper than bruises. Wounds that don't bleed. The chapter opens not with a roar, but with a strange stillness. The dust from the battle between Haruka and Taiga Tudo has settled, but its weight lingers. People aren't speaking, they're thinking, processing. This wasn't just a fight, it was a statement. Haruka walks away from the battleground slowly. Not because he's injured, his body is used to pain, but because he knows everything's changed. He's no longer just the mysterious transfer student. Now, he's someone even the third years must acknowledge. The school watches, differently now. Word spreads, whispers fill the halls like wind through empty corridors. But this time, the tone is different. No longer dismissive or skeptical. It's cautious, curious, respectful, even if begrudgingly. Haruka feels the change but doesn't react. As always, he keeps his headphones on, blocks out the noise. But internally, he knows this was a crucial step, not toward popularity. He doesn't care for that, but toward his goal of dominance, of being the best. Meanwhile, students begin to view him with a strange mix of awe and fear. Some admire his defiance, others see him as a threat to the fragile peace Furin maintains through its unwritten hierarchy. A talk among the third years. Back among the upperclassmen, Taiga's fight is being dissected by the other third years. They're not angry. They're impressed, and maybe even a little surprised. Taiga himself isn't bitter. He's reflective. He admits Haruka is the real deal, raw, unrefined, but undeniably strong. More importantly, he doesn't fight for show or attention. He fights with intent. That matters in a place like Furin. Taiga's subtle endorsement starts changing perceptions. If someone like him acknowledges Haruka, then maybe this transfer student isn't a reckless brat after all. Maybe he's someone worth watching, or even following. Haruka. Despite all this attention, Haruka remains the same. Silent, withdrawn, observant. He sits alone at lunch. He walks alone between classes. And yet, there's a shift in how others behave around him. Some give him space. Some glance at him longer than they mean to. A few are even tempted to approach, but stop themselves. Haruka isn't rude. He's just distant. His mind is constantly analyzing, looking ahead. He knows the fight with Taiga wasn't the final battle. It was the beginning of a much larger war. Internal monologue. Haruka's resolve. In a quiet moment alone, Haruka reflects, not on the fight itself, but on the meaning behind it. They came at me thinking I was a problem to be solved, a storm to be weathered. But I'm not here to disrupt, I'm here to rise. I don't care for their rules. I don't care for their pecking order. I'll build my strength until no one questions it. This internal monologue gives us a rare glimpse into Haruka's deeper motivations. He's not rebelling for rebellion's sake. He's searching for meaning, for power, for a place where he no longer has to prove himself. A new name emerges. Toward the end of the chapter, a mysterious new character is introduced, only briefly. A shadow in a stairwell, watching Haruka from a distance. This figure doesn't speak, but their expression says everything. Interest, challenge, perhaps even recognition. It's a clear signal. Another major player is about to enter the arena. Someone who might test Haruka in ways he hasn't been tested yet. Someone who could either be an ally or a major threat. Chapter close, peace before the storm. As the day ends, the sky turns a soft amber. Haruka stands on the school's rooftop, alone, watching the city stretch out before him. It's a quiet image, a pause in a story that's anything but peaceful. Yet in that stillness, the reader and Haruka both sense the same thing. More is coming. This isn't over. This is just the calm before the next storm. Closing thoughts. Chapter 8 of Windbreaker doesn't rely on flashy punches. It tells its story through silence, stares, and shifts in power. Haruka's victory has sent ripples across Furin, and while he may not want followers, he's gaining them. Even if some only follow to see when or if he'll fall. Stay locked in with Everything in One, because next chapter, the pieces on the board begin to move faster, and Haruka's next challenge might be closer than he thinks. Would you like me to continue with Chapter 9 in the same immersive narration style format?